What's up, y'all? Welcome to Dubois Family Dinner, where we try to eat good on a budget.
Tonight we're going to be making meatball sandwiches, and this recipe does require quite a few ingredients, but the good thing about it is you can usually use your leftovers for any other Italian recipe as well. The ingredients that you'll need for this recipe are some ground meat. We already used some of it for another recipe, that's why it's in the Tupperware, and we are going to season that with Italian seasoning, parsley, and salt and pepper. You can use whatever cheese you want. We like mozzarella. We also are using ricotta for another recipe, so we're going to throw some of that in there as well. Parmesan cheese, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, garlic. We're using hot dog buns because they're like $1, but you can use whatever kind of bread you want. And then onion and an egg. And if you notice, everything we have here is all great value brand. It's all just generic because we shop at Walmart. But that is something that we do to save us money each week.
All right, so what we went ahead and did is we put the ground turkey in a bowl and we diced up an onion. So we're gonna go ahead and add the onion to the bowl with the turkey. Only about a quarter of an onion we put in there. We're gonna go ahead and crack an egg to help bind it all together. We're gonna add about a half a tablespoon of garlic. We just buy the minced garlic. And then we're gonna add our seasonings. Some Italian seasoning, good generous amount. I'm gonna add a little extra parsley. Again, to add a little bit of color, so a good generous amount. And then salt and pepper, and we can always add more to our taste after. And our last step will be to add the breadcrumbs, which is the binder and holds it all together. So we have the Italian style panko breadcrumbs. So now we can go in and just go ahead and mix all this up together. So all we did was just went ahead and started the stovetop at a little bit higher than a medium-high heat. And we're gonna add some oil to our cast iron here. We also turned on our oven to 350, so we're gonna go ahead and roll our meatballs, get a good sear on them. We're gonna let them finish cooking in the oven. So we're gonna go ahead and start rolling the meatballs. We're actually gonna try to stuff them with a little bit of cheese as we roll them.
So Drew had the brilliant idea to make a garlic butter and to brush it over our bread before we build the sandwiches. So for this garlic butter, Drew just did probably a couple tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon of garlic, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and some more Italian seasoning. So with that, we're just gonna brush this over our buns here. And then we are going to put it in the oven to broil. That way the bun gets a little more toasty and crunchy and firm so that it can hold up to our meatball sandwiches a little better.
Now's our favorite time, is to build the sandwiches. So the way we're gonna do it is we already broiled the buns, and so we're gonna go ahead and start stuffing with some of these meatballs. Put about 2 or 3 in each one. And we're gonna do a little bit of sauce and a little bit of ricotta, and then we'll top it all with cheese. So this is one of our favorite meals. So it's pretty easy and simple, but it is pretty tasty. And you kind of have control on how much of the sauce you want, how messy you want it, or even how you want to flavor the meatballs too. So there's just a lot of things that you can do to make it your own. This just specifically is ours, the way that we like it. And I think, as Lynn's mentioned, right, we even just did hot dog buns, super easy, super cheap. If If you want to go extra fancy, go ahead and get like a hoagie roll or a French bread or something like that. But this is how we kind of ball on a budget, is we make our own garlic bread out of hot dog buns. Here are all of our sandwiches assembled, and now all we're gonna do is top it off with a little Parmesan and parsley for color. Put it back in the oven to broil for just about a minute while all the cheese melts and gets a little bit brown and gooey, ooey, and delicious. And then it's time to eat. Now's the reveal. The bun's got a little toasty, the cheese got a little brown and delicious on top. Ready to eat. Well, that's it for Dubois family dinner. We got our meatball subs and our Caesar salad with spinach, because apparently lettuce these days are bad for you. And so that's literally all that they had at the store.
Yep, we spent $4 on this organic spinach.
So we also have to address our third is gone. He just was sleeping the whole time.
Yeah,
so
he's too tired.
But before we go, a little trick that I like is, if you want a little extra flavor with any red sauce, Italian red sauce meal, add a little Italian dressing. A little bit weird, but don't knock it till you try it.
It is actually pretty good.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching.